I heard my mother fall. I heard her calling my name, and I turned my music up. She called 3 more times, then she stopped. I waited until she stopped. She was on the floor of the hallway. I could hear her from my bedroom. I didn't move for 4 minutes. I counted. That's what I'll never be able to explain to anyone. Not the 4 minutes, the fact that I counted. If stories like this stay with you, hit that subscribe button. My mom didn't die because I counted 4 minutes. She died because by 16 years old, 4 minutes was all I had left. People hear that and think they understand. They don't. They weren't in that house. My name is Jade. I'm 24 now. Growing up, my mom had two versions. The one she showed outside, church on Sundays, parent-teacher meetings, neighbors who said she was lovely, and the one she kept for me. The one who threw a plate at my head when I was 9 because I burned the rice. Who told me I was stupid so many times I stopped raising my hand in class by 4th grade. Who locked me out of the house twice in winter because I came home after curfew. She hit me when she was sober. When she occasionally took something to take the edge off, she just disappeared. Sat in her room. Forgot I existed. Both versions were exhausting. I learned early to be invisible, to eat before she got home, to do my homework in my room with the door locked, to read her mood from the sound of her footsteps on the porch. I was never a child in that house. I was a tenant, surviving on a short lease. By 16, I was so tired I had nothing left. Not hate, not anger. The night it happened was a Tuesday in November. My mom had taken something earlier, not a lot, enough to make her slow, unsteady on her feet. I'd seen it before. She'd take something, get wobbly, sleep it off, wake up the next morning like nothing happened. That was the routine. I was in my room doing homework when I heard her moving around the hallway around midnight. Is heavy footsteps, uneven, the kind that meant she was off balance. I turned my music up. I know how that sounds, but for 16 years, every sound from that hallway meant something was coming for me. A bad mood, an accusation, a hand across the face for something I didn't do. So when I heard her stumbling, I did what I always did. I made myself smaller, turned the volume up, waited for it to pass. Then I heard the fall. A hard sound, not like dropping something, like a body hitting the floor. Then her voice, my name, twice. I sat on my bed with my headphones half on and I did not move. She called again, weaker. I turned the music up louder, then silence. I counted 4 minutes before I took my headphones off. 4 minutes of silence before I moved. I told myself she was fine. She'd fallen before, slept on the bathroom floor, woke up complaining about her back. She always survived. I stood at my bedroom door for another 10 minutes, listening. Nothing. I told myself she was sleeping it off, that if I opened that door and she was fine, she'd be angry I disturbed her, that whatever happened next would be worse for me. That's what 16 years in that house did to me. Even when something was wrong, my first instinct was to calculate what it would cost me to help. I opened the door at the 12:47 a.m. She was at the end of the hallway, face down, not moving. I called 911. My hands were shaking so badly I misdialed twice. Yeah, the paramedics arrived in 8 minutes. They worked on her in the hallway for a long time. One of them looked at me at some point, just looked, didn't say anything. She was pronounced dead at the hospital at 1:34 a.m. Blunt head trauma from the fall, combined with what was in her system. The officer who took my statement asked how long she'd been on the floor before I called. I said I didn't know. I knew exactly. 43 minutes from the fall to the call. 4 minutes I counted. The rest I spent convincing myself it wasn't my problem. The officer wrote something down, didn't look up when he asked his next question. Did you and your mother have a good relationship? I didn't answer. That silence followed me everywhere after that. The investigation found nothing criminal. No charges, no arrest, just a case file and a conclusion that said accidental death. But the community didn't need charges. They had the story, a troubled mother, a difficult daughter. Everyone knew we didn't get along. Everyone had seen the tension. Everyone had an opinion about what really happened in that hallway. She finally got what she wanted. I heard that within a week of the funeral. From my aunt, from neighbors, from girls at school who'd never spoken to me before. My mom's sister stopped speaking to me entirely, called me a murderer at the funeral. Had to be pulled away. I moved in with my dad. 2 weeks later, he was quiet for most of it, stayed out of the investigation, stayed out of the accusations. One night, about a month after I moved in, he looked at me across the dinner table and said, "I don't think you meant for it to happen." Then he went back to eating. Never brought it up again. That was the last time anyone gave me the benefit of the doubt. And even then, he couldn't say it like he fully believed it. I'm 24 now. I live alone. I don't talk about her much. People assume the grief is simple, that I'm either guilty and hiding it or relieved and hiding that. Neither is true. I grieve her, not the mother she was, the mother she never became, the version of her that existed in the moments between the cruelty. Is the way she laughed sometimes at the TV, the way she braided my hair once when I was 7. And I still remember every second of it because it never happened again. I grieve the fact that I spent 16 years surviving her instead of knowing her. And I grieve the 4 minutes, not because I think it would have changed anything, but because I'll never know. And I heard my mother fall. I heard her calling my name, and I counted. 4 minutes of silence before I moved, 43 total before I called. People say I let her die. Maybe they're right. Or maybe a 16-year-old girl who'd been hit and screamed at and locked out in the cold for most of her life just didn't have anything left in her. Not enough to move faster, not enough to stop counting. I've accepted that nobody will believe that. Most days, I'm not sure I believe it myself. Um, if this one stayed with you, hit that like button. I'll see you in the next one.